He went 0 for 4 from the field. He was horrible on both ends of the court. Just looked like he hadn't never played basketball before. But he gets in LeBron's way, which wasn't hard to do last night because LeBron didn't exactly look explosive. And they bang bodies. And I'm thinking, is it a block or is it a charge? What is it? What is it?
It's a foul on Mars.
And LeBron just jacks up a horrible shot that is so bad it hits the underside of the front of the rim and ricochets hard right back to LeBron, who's just sort of finishing off the play. And he looks around like, I don't hear any whistle. Where's Zoo? Oh, he's on the bench. Where's Noah? He's on the bench. Where's Montrez? We don't know where he's MIA. And LeBron says, I think I'll just lay it over the rim. He laid in the game winner. It's the luckiest, easiest game winner you will ever see in the history of basketball. And you are over there wearing a goat mask for that shot. And I'm embarrassed for you. I'm embarrassed for him. And I'm especially embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for the Clippers. What are you doing? They were so desperate without their dynamic duo off the bench. They just went small, small, small with 3 players who had had horrible nights. And they played down the stretch.
If you don't mind me asking, for the first 3.5 quarters, what had Big Zoo, what had Joakim Noah, what had they done to bother Anthony Davis or help or aid in the rebounding or the defensive game?
I think they'd done a lot, actually. I think they'd manned the post.
You do realize AD had 32 after 3 quarters.
You do realize that LeBron James was going nowhere slowly in the paint. Anytime he tried to go in the paint, Noah took the ball out of his hands. Kawhi took the ball out of his hands twice. He had 5 turnovers. He looked like he'd never played basketball.
If you notice, though, Skip, LeBron came into the game looking to get Anthony Davis involved early. And sometimes I like that, but sometimes I think it throws him off his rhythm. But still, you keep harking back. And I know people at home are listening. You keep harkening back. They didn't have Sweet Lou. They didn't have Trez Harrell. They still had 2 superstars. You never made...
Good. Thank you for bringing them up.
One more thing before I go. Before I let you turn back to you. You never made this. When Kyrie and Kevin Love was out, you said LeBron's got to bring the championship home because you got 2 superstars. Now, if LeBron had a loss with Kyrie, Kevin Love out, no Kyrie, and no JR, I give it to you. You're right, Skip. LeBron and Kyrie got to deliver. But you still got Paul George, who's a superstar. Finished 3rd in the MVP, and you got the final, a 2-time Finals MVP.
Here we go.
You got to win.
So you got about 10 seconds left, and you got your 2 superstars, and you need to have a plan because you're going to have a last shot to either tie or to win the game. And here comes my man, Kawhi Leonard. I've watched him since he was a baby in San Antonio. And what have I told you about Kawhi Leonard from the start? I have been adamant. I have been upfront. Middle of the table. I have told you he is not a closer. I've also told you that down the stretch in big games, big moments, Paul George becomes George Paul. How many times have I told you that? Neither of those guys are closers. Lou Williams will take and make big shots. Patrick Beverley will take and make big shots.
Patrick Beverley kept y'all in the game.
Huh?
Patrick Beverley kept you in the game.
Well, that's what I just said. He took 2 big threes in the 4th quarter where he launched, and I said, oh, no. Oh, yes.
Oh, so that was y'all Avery Bradley, huh?
Well, I guess so, but he does it all the time. Avery Bradley does it once upon a blue moon.
Oh, stop it. You know good and well Patrick Beverley don't drain threes like that all the time.
He drains big threes, clutch threes.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, so here comes Kawhi, and can I remind everybody what Kawhi had done to LeBron in the 1st quarter of the game? Speaking of video, with 8 minutes left in the 1st quarter, can we see what Kawhi did to LeBron? If we could, please. This is the end of the game. It's the last shot by Paul George. We'll get to that. Here we go again. This is 8 minutes left in the 1st quarter. He sizes him up. LeBron, are you standing still? And lays it in left-handed. It is called a blow-by.
Yeah. You see the guy opens up. He's expecting JaVale to be there.
Oh,
but but what happens when he sits in the chair and says, you know what, Kawhi, I don't want you to get to the ring?
Here's my point. It's the last shot. It's the last sequence. You have to finish the sequence. You can't be hesitant. You can't say, what am I going to do here? You can't suddenly pick up your dribble and say, oh, my God, we don't have a plan. Here, Paul, you do it. Paul George can't be 2 feet away from Kawhi Leonard so that LeBron can end up guarding both of them because there's no spacing, because there's no plot, no plan. Kawhi Leonard has to finish the play. If you're going to go left hard. Take him all the way to the hole. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
He tried it.
Oh,
He
yeah,
tried
right.
it, remember? He got a shot clock violation.
Okay. I told you also in the scrimmages, Kawhi has not looked himself. I told you that yesterday. Well, I know a lot about it
like
because I haven't seen the lift, I haven't seen the explosion, I haven't seen the
He
quickness.
had 14 in the second quarter.
Yeah, but he's just willing them in. But how many shots did he shoot short last night? Because his knees are balky. He doesn't have the lift.
Oh, now his knees
but
balky.
now when the game is on the line, you have to have the guts to do what LeBron rarely does, which is take it home and try to draw the foul. Try to go to the free throw line. Kawhi Leonard will make those 2 free throws.
He missed one late last night,
He did.
didn't
He
he?
missed a big one late last night. Big Zoo missed a slam, like a lob dunk.
Hold on.
And Jermichael Green missed a bunny underneath. You got so lucky down the stretch, you should have lost the game.
What about all those wide open threes that we missed?
So I'm telling you, listen, my team started making threes, and you missed some, but hey, I'll get to that in just a moment. But the point is, you were right about Kawhi. He gave up on the play. I think he did get intimidated by LeBron. He didn't have a plan, and he didn't decide, I got to take it home. I got to go foul or no foul. Make the refs make a call at the buzzer. And he did not do that. And once he gave it up to Paul George 2 feet away from him, they got no plot, no plan, no chance. And it was an abomination of a last play for the Clippers.
Skip, Kawhi is stronger than people look, than he looks. But what he can't do is collide into LeBron and knock him off balance. See, he does everybody else. He can put that shoulder into him, and he can knock him off balance. He don't have enough bricks in his pocket to knock LeBron off balance. But LeBron can knock him off balance. So once LeBron started sliding and said, you know what? You're not getting anything. So once LeBron locked Kawhi up, watch your head, young man. He passed the ball to Paul George. He jumped on Paul George. Watch your head, young man. And that was it. And everybody, and Paul George talking about, he didn't. He locked you up. He locked you up.
I'm not calling a foul on LeBron.
You ain't, no. Everybody want bails out. Bail out. No stimulus package
LeBron was crying for fouls all night.
No, I know because he was getting
crying, begging for fouls.
Like y'all was last night.
Yeah. So here's my final takeaway. The Clippers should wake up this morning feeling really good about themselves because they did not have their dynamic bench duo. And when Doc was forced to play a number of players who didn't belong in this game of this magnitude, they still overcame all of the above to the point that Paul George had a look at a 3 to win the game. Are you believing that? And look what they had to fight through. Landry Shamet last night played 22 minutes. He goes 1 for 8 and 0 for 5 from 3. Marcus Morris had to play 19 minutes and went 0 for 4 and didn't score a single point. And how about Reggie Jackson having to play the point for 34 minutes? He went 3 for 10. And those 3 players combined to go 1 for 12 from 3, and they still had a last shot to win the game. That is extraordinary. That is the definition of a moral victory. Definition.
We don't do not in pro sports.
Yes,
we don't do moral victories.
Well,
but I think
they should do one last night.
But I think the biggest thing that I took away from this ball game is LeBron is very happy. He struggled shooting the ball from the field, but he got tremendous production from Kyle Kuzma. He got tremendous production from Dion Waiters. Skip, Dion Waiters is a guy that can create his own shot. And with no Rondo, they struggle when LeBron is off the court, getting in and out of sets. But here's a guy that can create his own shot.
He went 1 for 6 from 3. You okay with that?
Yeah, but
he also went 4 for 4 inside the arc.
Yes. But see, that's what we need. A lot of these guys, like Danny Green, you got to set him up. A lot of these guys need setup. He can take you off the bounce, get to the hoop. Yeah, he struggled shooting the 3. The Lakers as a team struggle shooting the 3. But knowing LeBron went 6 of 19, and you still beat a team with 2 superstars. Now, if the game was this close, minus Paul George, minus Kawhi, I say, you know what, Skip? I'm worried. But they still had those 2 guys, and they got 58 points between them.
Did they have those 2 guys?
Yeah,
because what happened right out of the box in the first quarter, Mr. Sharp? What happened to my man Kawhi Leonard? What happened with 2 early offensive foul calls? Both of them were completely bogus.
They were not bogus.
Doc challenged the second one.
And he lost it.
Yeah, and he lost it, and it was another.
What was that?
What?
I mean, you think he beast mode?
What?
Just run over people? You just can't run over people. This ain't football.
Did Anthony Davis get set? No, he just...
Yeah.
It is not football. You can't just go block somebody down.
Skip, In football, you can have the ball and run someone over. In basketball, you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, but the guy has to get set. He can't jump in your path.
Beat him to the point.
No, he did not beat him to the point. And all of a sudden, my guy Kawhi Leonard, with 7:05 left in the first quarter, has to go sit for the last 7 minutes.
Well, he wasn't doing anything anyway.
He wasn't
doing anything.
He was forcing the action.
He forced what action?
Yeah,
How many points he had in the first quarter?
Of course, they fall behind by 11 points at the end of the quarter, and here we go. And they're fighting back, and they're fighting back. And because of Anthony Davis in the third quarter, they gave up a 36-14 run.
36.
No Lou, no Montrez. That would have been over.
Okay, which guy was going to guard? Which guy was going to guard AD? Remember last time they put a sweet Lou in the